Right, welcome everyone to the second half of the Round 2 Southern Conference in the 3x3.EXE Premier competition. Middleton Grange School is the venue here. James Lisselman, Community Basketball Manager for Canterbury Basketball. And I'll be talking through the games that are on tonight. We've got 9 of them on the schedule tonight, and we have a pretty much a massive log jam. First place, we have 4 teams that are tied with 2 wins apiece, so will be a bit of a battle to see which team is actually going to make it through and win the championship here. Gators are currently in first place just by 6 points at 2-1. Whanganui.exe in the black here won their first 2 games last week when we played, second place on 54 points. And they're going up against UC Gold, who were very close but did not manage to win any games. So they'll be looking for a win here, otherwise it probably will be no chance for them to make it to the semi-finals. Anyway, kick out, open 2, no good there. Aidan Tonge with the offensive rebound. He goes up strong, but good contest there from Tommy Fairbrother. Stops any baskets from being scored. Open 3 there, Irvine lets that fly in, not able to put it in. And then it's Zach Lilburn. I saw him this morning playing in his men's Division 1 game. He hit 2 threes in a row, I think, so a bit surprising to see a miss there straight off the bat. Here's Tonge with the floater inside. Gets UC Gold on the scoreboard to start off the game at 1-0. And he's a very, very strong player inside, rebounding and able to shoot a little bit from the outside, but most of his work is sort of those put back and then creating space inside. And you see a foul there. We'll see Irvine heading to the line to shoot one. Substitutions coming in for UC Gold. It's Josh Chin taking the place of Rohan Russo, who had some highlight reel dunks last week. And just a quick shout out to Charles Sarong, who's watching. Let me know, and he said if I could bag Tony Smith-Humwick, the referee, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to say she's really good, and she's been our main referee there for this competition so far, joined by Oscar Hooper on the baseline for this game, and Sam McCartan's our third one, who we'll see. Each of them we'll see for 6 games throughout the night. Josh Chin launches the 2-point basket, makes that one nothing but net. And here's Lilburn, bit of dribble weave action. Fairbrother, nice up fake, drives, takes a bit of contact. Good challenge, and Aidan Tonge with the rebound. He steps out. He's killed his dribble here though. Only 7 seconds on the clock. Irvine powers into that jump shot and nails it. So UC Gold early lead, 6 points to 1. Seth Bryant, great hesitation there and sort of just froze Tonge there with that, able to finish inside the lane. And Tonge too strong there for Fairbrother. Scores straight back, 7 points to 2, the advantage for UC Gold. Bryant can't make this basket. Tonge step out for 2, and he hits that, 9 points to 2. We may have to see a timeout soon from Whanganui.exe. Fairbrother, great drive, good spin, left hand finish, 9-3 the score. Here's Irvine the fake, and Bryant smacks that down. Did go straight out of bounds, 5.7 on the shot clock here. You saw Jimmer Williamson there substituting into the game, just trying to sneak his way in to get the ball at the start. Only 2 on the shot clock, great feed inside. Irvine hits Aiken and they score the basket there. So 10 points to 3, exactly what they needed, UC Gold. Bryant, the hesitation, drives, good challenge from Josh Chin, forces him into a tough shot and a miss. Here's Irvine to Aiken, the step through, kick out. Josh Chin, he hit his last one and he hits that one as well. So 12 points to 3. Whanganui may have to have a timeout if they're wanting to keep their semi-final chances alive. Only 2 on the clock. Williamson launches it just in time off the edge of the rim. Battle for the rebound. Aiken gets it over to Irvine. Just about 7 minutes to play. Good pass there. I'd say a skip pass, but it was inside. 13-3 the score now. Williamson tries to fake out Chin. He stays right with him, but open 2. Look for Bryant, and they just let him drive all the way to the rim and score the basket there. 13 points to 4 now the score. Irvine, step back, hits the 2 as well. So UC Gold shooting fantastic behind the arc tonight. Up 15 points to 4. Bryant, the drive, and I think he was expecting a bit more of a challenge from Aiken there, sort of faked himself out. And Josh Chin faked himself out there, throwing that ball directly out of bounds. He was going to sub, but it'll be Irvine and Seth Bryant heading to the bench. So Zach Lilburn catches the ball behind the arc. Very, very dangerous shooter. Fairbrother, step back. He launches the 2. Nothing but net there. So 15-6. Late run starting to come maybe for Whananui.EXE. Tonge, the fake, the drive. He's going to get all the way to the rim where he got fouled by Jimmy Williamson. He'll go to the line to shoot 1. And substitution there, Josh Chin coming out off screen and Jeremy Irvine coming on. Tonge off to the left with the free throw there. Fairbrother clears the rebound. Flare pass over to Lilburn. Deadly shooter, just a bit too strong there, and Irvine with the rebound. 15-6 still the score. 6 minutes to play now in the opening game. Chin, kick out pass over to Irvine. You can see him really power up that shot there, and it was deadly. 17 points to 6 to score now. Lilburn, step back 2, can't make it. Irvine with the rebound. Only 4 points away from the win. Tonge just takes his time, launches that one, can't get it. Aiken, the rebound, and Williamson may have got a block there. As you can judge from his stature, not a whole lot of blocks normally get called in his favour. Chin over to Tonge. There's the back cut, back to Chin. And they look to run a sort of flare and pop. Here's Tonge, spins inside, left hand finish is good. 18 points to 6. Lilburn knows they need to hit some 2s, but so far the iron's been unkind to them. And good hands there from Williamson, causes the steal there. Fairbrother hits the 2, so 18 points to 8. They don't have much margin for error. And there is a foul there. Tonge, I think, will go to the line to shoot 1. It is. Fairbrother will have a sub here as Seth Bryant comes out. And Aiken comes in for Irvine. Tonge with the free throw, 19 points to 8 the score. Williamson off the side of the backboard, but surprised everyone. He gets his own rebound, kick out to Lilburn, and again Lilburn, a bit surprising here not to see any of his 2-point looks go down. Tonge, beautiful pass there. Aiken with the finish, 20 points to 8, just under 5 minutes to play. This is where points may come into it, so we might see UC Gold try and look for a 2-point basket rather than trying to get a 1 here, because you never know when that 2-point will finish it off. Instead they do go inside, and that is the game. 21 points to 9 the score. UC Gold first win of round 2. And I'm just updating my sheet here. Whananui drops to 2-2. And only 9 points means they're on 63 now, while UC Gold's up to 69 points. Second game of the night, we'll have Rams.EXE in the in the white tops, I think, and Gators.EXE. Winners of round 1 in the green tops here. You can see Joseph Nottenbell, Amosa Faitawa and I, Josh Nickel, the 3 that are on court at the moment. And then coming in for Rams.EXE, we have Ben Hall, Tane Lavery, and I have seen Jaden Chan and Ben Bowery as well. And Adam Chensky's the 4th player for Gators.EXE. He'll be on the, well, he may actually be starting. We'll see him joining the team very shortly. And here we are. Both teams have their full allotment of 4 players out there on the court starting to warm up. I'll be back with you in a couple of minutes to talk you through this game. Sorry, that noise there was me fumbling with the headsets and knocking the microphones. Anyway, joined by Josh Thompson here, coach of the Rams team, Rams.EXE and IOH.EXE one, but yeah, you can't coach in the game, so you may as well commentate, right?
Yeah, it's an easier way to watch the game instead of me trying to coach them while I'm standing on the sideline.
Yeah, nice quick 2-point bucket there for Tane Levery, and then comes up with the steal as well. So, and we must have been talking. Gators had scored 1 point as well.
Yeah.
Adam Chinsky.
Yeah, he's the one who got a nice wee layup, attacked the rim. But we played Gators yesterday, so we got a bit of an upper hand on them.
I know. Well, yes, I saw that at 5-on-5, and I saw I think it was you saying about the number of turnovers, and it could have been a lot more one-sided than it was.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
Big collision there, and managed to see Lavery's shoe has come off, and referee do a substitution there. I guess the injury would be the main thing for that. You don't really want a player having to slide around, and that was a pretty solid thwack on the ground there.
Yeah, there was a few bodies hit the ground yesterday. I know Joseph, talking to him, he's pretty sore after yesterday's game. But I looked for Amosa to have a big night. He was pretty quiet yesterday.
Right, yeah, no, MVP of round 1 with the amount of steals, though. Gators without Matt Mistrewski may not be able to reach the floor, as much. Amosa Faitawa, a great shooter, but when they have 2 of them, it just makes it so much harder, doesn't it? Anyway, that was a 2-point bucket for Faitawa and I, and that's what we know him for, is those steals, reading the passing lanes. Jaden Chan, though, knows him as well, right out there to make sure he can't get a look for a 2. And there's Nottenbelt a bit too long in that. Ben Hall with the rebound.
It's interesting the old double team there in the post.
Yeah,
to leave the wide open shooter. That we definitely didn't talk about that.
Right, yeah, I was going to say, was that something you were going to be like, hey, let's double team?
No.
Just to surprise people a bit. There's Faitawa and I shoots that. You see Chinsky up super high for that, and then I think he should have dunked that.
Yeah, he's athletic enough that he can get that high to dunk that. So,
and great lead pass there from Levery to Bowie for 1, and then Jaden Chan, just not quite the same body mass as Chinsky.
No.
Gives up a relatively weak foul. Chinsky makes the basket, and he gets a chance to shoot 1 from the line as well.
It's an interesting call from referee Tony. I personally didn't think that was a foul, but we're not the ones reffing the game, are we, James? Yeah.
No, she was pretty sure of it, and Jaden Chan, though, makes a 2 straight away. So the score is 8 points to 6 now. Rams.exe up by 2 points.
I wouldn't be surprised if this might be a finals preview.
Yeah, well, there's 4 teams that were all tied at 2-1. Wharanui's dropped their first one.
Yeah.
And then Levery hits another 2, his second of the night. And you can see just Rams so much more locked in defensively in terms of not giving up space. But great job by Gators.exe just to battle for the ball. Bowie just about turned it over. Yeah. And it is another look for 2, but doesn't go down. 10-8 the score. Good pace to the game.
Yeah. Gators look a little bit out of sorts. They haven't looked like the team they had the first 3 weeks. Obviously, because I was away last week, so I was watching online.
You're right. You could have given me some comments or something.
Yeah. No, I was watched the first couple of games, and I ended up on a flight, and I missed about an hour of the game.
Right.
Of the games. Yeah. So.
No, good cut there from Ben Hall. Made the basket. I've just noticed we've got a problem with the shot clock where it's sort of now it starts to be going. It was freezing on certain numbers there. Lavery tries to hit his third 2. Can't make that one. Nickel, good touch pass over to Faitawa and I. He drives in, stops on a dime, and good finish over the top of Ben Hall.
Such a strong driver as well, especially on his right hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, and he doesn't really jump extremely high.
No.
It's sort of like as Ben Hall drills that too. It's really, he's just got such good timing to recognise what the defence is going to do that he can finish around them.
And he's got good body control, so, and strong.
Yeah. I can see the referees just asking for something. I imagine this will be to do with the shot clock.
Yeah, it seems to be going on and off.
Yeah, it was. I noticed that counting down for a while, but then it was sort of freezing on specific numbers.
Yeah, it's an important time for a lot of these teams.
Yeah,
especially being second to 3 rounds.
It is though. Yeah. We've passed the halfway mark of the entire competition. 3 dual round competitions.
Gators look prime position to finish.
They are, yeah. I mean, they lost their first game last week, and we're like, oh, we might have a new winner.
Yeah.
But then everyone else ended up tied with them, and they had the most number of points. So they were still in first place at the end of last week's round of games. We have another round next week, and then a bit of a break over the July school holidays.
I think the Rams team starting to look a lot better.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the additions of having Ben Hall into the squad worked. I know the IOH, the other Rams boys, Lincoln boys, we've had an injury, so we had to replace Mitchell with Simon. So Simon played last week.
Yes, he just about had player of the night.
Oh, yeah.
Just would have absolutely baptised someone. It didn't quite go on. I thought it was going to be a dunk on someone's head and a foul, which would have been a chance to win the game. Just a poster dunk.
Yeah, I heard there were a few posters last week.
There were, Rohan Russo got some pretty enormous ones.
I heard wasn't allowed to put it on our group chat because Ben didn't want to see it.
No, well, I put their post up on the CBA Facebook page of Ben Bowie looking up at the stars, and the star was Rohan Russo throwing it down on his head.
I did see Lavery's crossover.
Yes,
but he missed the shot, so kind of didn't make the highlight package, did it?
Anyway, back in action here, 13-11 the score, 6.5, great. You can see there, if you set a flare screen, there's not a whole lot you can do. You're either giving up the 2 or the curl to the basket.
Yeah, and Ben Hall's such a smart offensive guy. He's pretty savvy and he knows.
He does. He's played quite a bit of 3x3. Here's Josh Nickel hits the 2, 14-13 the score. Lavery, I'd like to say, I feel like I should say he just about lost the ball, but he's someone who's got just such a massive bag of tricks ball handling wise. He may actually just be like, I'll do this move that looks like I'm going to lose the ball to make the defender go for the steal, and then I actually get them where I want them to.
Great eye manipulation too. You know, he'll look away, little nice wee drop off, and very athletic. He's had a couple of highlights in.
He hit a reverse dunk when I was like,
weeks ago. Yeah.
So is this Ben Hall's first game at the 3x3.EXE this year?
No, he played last week.
Oh, okay, right.
Yeah. I know, you were commentating.
I know, but it all blends together, and I'm like, geez, I can't remember.
No, he definitely played last week.
You can see that looked like scouting there. Josh Nickel read the back cut play, and he got the steal. And neither team able to hold on to the ball at the moment. Well, mainly the Rams not able to hold on to it.
No.
Gators.exe a chance to grab the lead, down by 1 point here, 5.5 to play in this game.
Rams started off quite hot, but they are doing that's a tough look.
I know, I was going to say that was great defense, but from where we're sitting, it looked like it was going to go down, and that's exactly what happened.
It's good defense, better offense, you know.
It's a 1 point lead for Gators.exe, 15-14. I think that was off his foot. So good defense there from Jaden Chan. And Chinsky, he's a relatively good shooter, but his strength is like punishing people, like so strong driving to the rim. And Lavery there saw him just keep that pass alive, that shot alive. Ball's gone out of bounds. I think it'll be green ball up the top. 1 point lead. Nottingbelt, great. Just nice there, in and out.
Hesitation.
It was, just throws the defense, able to get straight past him.
Got Tani.
And then good find there for Ben Hall to Lavery. Didn't go down. 16-14 the score. You can see Bowie out there with his hand up. Nottingbelt strong to the rim, 14-17. So it's been all Gators the last couple of minutes. If you were allowed to call a timeout, would you be considering one about now?
Oh, yeah. I would have considered one relatively after that basket by Joseph, after a second layup. But obviously I can't call timeouts. No, you can't. It's up to the players to read that stuff. But yeah, I definitely would have been calling one.
That's a 2 for Nickel. 15-19. Ben Hall step back 2, can't make it. By Tawan and I with the rebound.
Rams are getting the shots that they want. They're just not knocking them down. And Gators, Joseph is.
You were going to say he's been a difference maker, but Bowie didn't allow him to make a difference there. And I'd like to see Bears get up and dunk that one. And that's just one of the delay of game warnings here.
That's a tough one there, don't you think?
Well, it also could have been I'm actually going to do this because I want to call the timeout. And Gators possibly wouldn't have called the timeout up 19-16, 3:55 to play.
There's a big possession here for Gators, you know. They really want to finish it on this shot. Or this possession would be good. Because if you give Rams a chance to get within one, and then it's all on.
Yeah, I think winner of this game will be
Top.
yeah, pretty much guaranteed to be a 1 or a 2 seed. I haven't actually gone through the calculations. I'm just saying.
That's what you're here for, though.
I know.
You do all that stuff.
I do it, but I usually have a bit more time to look through everything. But great cut there. That was almost a taste of their own medicine. Cut from the top rather than from the corner. And Lavery, that one was definitely a mistake there.
Yeah.
Bounced it off his own foot.
He tends to sometimes get a bit too fancy with it. You know, obviously he makes mistakes, but that's a youth thing, I think. Once he gets older, he'll start to get a lot better.
And I don't know why Nottingham just didn't go up and try and finish that.
Yeah.
This team up, yeah, I mean, you may want the extra point, but they were in first place anyway in terms of points scored, so they can afford to just go for the win here. Ben Hall step back. I thought he was going to shoot that. And great challenge there from Faitawa and I, but better finish.
Great finish, yeah.
17 to 20, kick out to Nickel, the fake, the drive.
Tough.
And he makes it anyway. 17 to 21, the final score. Gators.exe up to 3-1, 21 points, so they're on 81 now, while Rams.exe adds 17 to their
80.
What were they? 59 and 17, so they'll be 76.
76, yeah.
2-2, so still looking like they their next game will probably be the one to decide the playoffs. So we'll be back in a couple of minutes, or at least I will be anyway. IOH.exe up next against UC Maroon. UC Maroon playing in maroon, IOH.exe in the white tops. Right, so next game here, game number 3. I feel like we're going pretty fast tonight.
Yeah, we have.
Which is good. IOH.exe, Corbin Mason, Flynn McGuinness, Noah Price, Jared Burnett. They're going up against Sam Jenkins, Sam Riley, Paul Stevenson and Brent Fisher. A lot of 3x3 experience in that UC Maroon team. And they're at 2-1, IOH.exe 1-2. So big game here for IOH.exe if they want to try and make the playoffs.
Yeah. Just talking to the boys, I think they have to win definitely both games to have a chance.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they're down to 3 players. We've had a few uniform mishaps with Flynn.
Oh, I saw him here. So
he lost his shorts and his white top, so
he had none of the uniform things that he needed.
No.
Has he gone to get them?
No, he hasn't. But
I was just saying like how good the teams have been here. Everyone's come with the equipment they've needed, and yes, and there we go. Yeah. Our first tragedy of the night. Anyway, Burnett though, a very capable shooter, and we know that the New Zealand teams are. I wouldn't say anyone plans to get into 3x3 with only 3 players, but the Swish.exe team that went over and played in Japan, they only had 3 and made it to the semi-final round and walked away with some prize money.
And I know in China, the first year we went, the Serbian team, they only had 3 players and they made it all the way to the final.
Jeez.
And then obviously I've had experience with 3 players.
Yes, not through.
Not through taking players. We ended up with 3 because of injuries. That's just, that's the way some things go.
Anyway, Jared Burnett, our first basket from behind the arc, so 3-1 the score. And I can't remember, I feel like Sam Riley may have dribbled there and then faked and dribbled, but no one else seemed to say, hey, that's double dribble, so I think maybe I was wrong then. So Riley gets that off just in time. You see, I feel like we've got the shot clock issue again, as that sort of froze for a while anyway.
It's on 9.8 there, and so...
Burnett, though, the step back two can't make it.
Still have problems with the shot clock. It seems to be freezing again.
Yes.
The bench trying to get their attention.
Yeah, they don't have a horn or anything to say, hey, there's something wrong at the moment. So unfortunately, I think when you're just in an area where there's different Wi-Fi signals and things like that competing, that may be the issue, which is causing some problems. And I'm just checking, I haven't actually checked yet today to make sure that the live stream looks okay. Looks relatively clear to me, which is good.
Yeah.
It's kind of the set it and forget it and hope that nothing goes wrong. Like,
those are just some things that we have to deal with in the 21st century.
It is. So it looks like the shot clock operator, we can see he's sitting right next to the thing. So we'll see if that does solve the issues just with the airplay. Yeah, technology. Right, anyway, so it's UC Maroon ball up the top, full 12 seconds on the shot clock, but they're down 3 points to 1. Riley, the step to the side, 2 can't hit it. Everyone sort of watch that ball. Noah Price, super athletic with the rebound. Actually, this is an incredibly athletic lineup for IOH.
Yeah, it is.
Price, Mason, and Burnett.
Yeah.
And then the signage is a little bit further back than normal, which may have just thrown off Riley there. The blue line is the out of bounds line, which you can very clearly see, at least except for the very, very edge of the court. You can see that now in the live stream tonight. Mason, it does have the length over Fish, but probably not the mass to move him out of the way.
I think he needs to bring him out a little bit further out onto the perimeter.
And there's Sam Jenkins, nice 2-point basket there, 3 points each. Price, though, drives straight inside, makes the sort of right-handed baby hook push shot.
I think IOH are just taking their time a little bit, you know, with only having 3 players, it's going to be a lot tougher.
Yeah, I think, you'd want to consider probably using most of the shot clock.
Yeah.
So you force the other team to play defense. And then probably say, hey, we're going to take a timeout. We're planning to take one at this point in the game. Price, and that's one of those fouls. The problem is if you go for, like, I'm going to foul this person to stop them, you've got to make sure you actually stop them because, you know, yes, are you like, was that a lot of contact? No, it's not, but you were actually trying to foul them, so you can't be upset when the foul gets called.
No, and it's a lot different in this game. Referee's interpretation is if you are looking like you're staying in front, they're not going to call a foul.
But when you just go and grab someone like that, but then actually forget to grab and hold on to them, that's where you give up the foul and the 2-point play. Mason hits the line drive 2-point basket, so IOH.EXE up 9 points to 3, and there was one of those take fouls there.
It was a good foul there. You know, he held him long enough that he couldn't get a good, decent shot up.
10-3 the score, sorry. Their last basket was a 2. They've just corrected it on the board. 1 free throw here for Brent Fisher.
I think IOH have a lot of 3x3 experience. They could surprise a few people, you know. Just they got to get it all together, you know. And I think the key is Jared. Well,
UC Maroon also have a lot, like you think. Sam Riley played for the Checkers.EXE and the other 2 players on the court played for UC that went over as well to Japan. It's the only one that hasn't is Sam Jenkins on the bench, but he's been away NBA, I think it was NBA Without Borders camp. So he's had international basketball experience as well. And battle inside, Mason swats that out of bounds, and he'll probably be quite happy if that had bounced further away to get a bit more of a rest.
UC is struggling with the length of Noah and Corbin, I think, down in the paint. You know, they haven't been able to finish a lot of those layups that they were getting.
Good rebound there from Riley. I was going to say that's a win if you get Brent Fisher to take a 2. Like he's the player that you most want to see shooting 2s if you're on defense. Burnett, beautiful fadeaway jump shot there. And Price, I thought he was trying to headbutt the ball. I think he was just looking at it as Riley steps back for a 2. 12 points to 6 the score now. IOH.EXE in the lead. Burnett just takes his time and steps into that easily. 14-6 now the score. Riley answers straight back with a 2 of his own. 14-8 now. And there's one of those fouls.
Fish doesn't want to get caught out there with a guard.
No.
Yeah.
And interesting, it's actually UC Maroon, although the scoreline probably dictates that the other team that should be taking the timeout here. They are the one that called it. So things going IOH.EXE's way at the moment is they still have a timeout in the bag if they need it.
Yeah, they look like they haven't exerted a lot of energy, which is smart because if you're going to make it all the way to final and you play 4 games.
So I've noticed all the little things like the checking the ball in extra time with the referee just to steal those extra seconds. They may not need it for this game, but as the night goes on, those sort of small chances to get a rest may come into it.
Yeah.
So there's a foul, so it should be.
It should be white ball.
It should be white ball up the top. Yeah, I remember Fish just grabbing him. So
just grabbed
to
Jared
stop.
And
there was a battle for the ball. That's one of those ones where I'm happy with that not being called a foul. It's just
it's a contest. You know, both guys are going at it. Yeah.
Pass interference, American football, right?
Yeah.
Burnett, he's loved that spot.
No,
well, basically every spot behind the 2-point line tonight. 16-8 the score now. Riley, the scoop shot doesn't go in and Price clears the rebound. Quick drive, spin, great defense from Riley, but he's
Noah's just
didn't matter.
A little bit more athletic, I think, there. And
here's Stevenson, super fast release, bangs that one down.
Quick release, that one.
So 17-10 the score now. Burnett, crossover, snakes inside. Mason, he's hit his last one. He's hit 2 in a row now, 19-10. And Riley, he's hit 3 in a row. So great shooting recently, 19-12 the score now. IOH will want to try and finish the game. Burnett just leaves, so she knows he couldn't afford to foul then because that may have been a chance to ice the game. 20-12, 20-14 after Stevenson answers with a 2. So I think IOH had a game that was similar spot to this last week, where you thought they were going to have the win and then just
went to sleep.
They did.
So they really need to finish it off here on this position, just
like that.
And Jared's hit that one the whole night, so that's actually a good win. Does that throw our placings out of whack a little bit?
Well, it puts them up to 2-2 with 75 points. UC Maroon also 2-2, and they scored 4 points. Now, next game up we have tonight is Whananui.EXE going up against Rams.EXE. Whananui.EXE will be in white, Rams.EXE in white. And I think they're both at 2-2. They are both at 2-2. Rams.EXE up at 76 points and Whananui.EXE on 63. We'll be back in a minute or two to talk you through that game. All right, about ready to tip off this game. Game number 4, I think, from memory. Kind of lose count as it is. It is game number 4. So these two teams tied at 2 wins apiece, but Rams.EXE with the 13-point advantage instead of points scored as Tommy Fairbrother scores over Ben Hall. Good sweeping drive to the left.
Every time I've watched Whananui, I've commentated it. They've played pretty well.
Right. No, they've. I think they were a little bit surprised by how the competition went in round 1, but definitely picked it up. Round 2, Bowie, great defense there. And then almost a steal. Jimmer Williamson's got his hand on a few baskets, and then Fairbrother was so busy boxing out Bowie, no one else stopped Ben Hall, and that's a 2-point bucket for him. 3-1 the score.
I like Jimmer. Williamson, he's annoying.
He is, like...
And he can shoot.
He can, like... You know, he gets... obviously, he isn't going to block a whole lot of shots, but he's going to be right in the spot he needs to. Made that shot tough. Jaden Chan up to the task. 5-3 the score. Here's Fairbrother inside. He's very good at sort of finishing in spins and step-throughs and stuff like that in the paint.
Oh, that's tough. I thought that came off.
I did as well. Like, I thought it was great defense.
Yeah. I thought that was a good block. Unfortunately...
You don't see that a whole lot.
No.
Stepping out for two early in the shot clock.
He has been working on it. He had a bit of a highlight at Uni Games with a step back too. So, you know.
And you saw...
but that's what he's good at right there.
So we've just got the score put up on the wrong side, so it should be 5-5.
5-5, yeah.
Just going to go and get that corrected.
So we have a foul there on Fairbrother, I believe. So Bowie will go to the line for 1. While James corrects the score, it is 5-5. So we're having a few technical difficulties tonight, with the shot clock scoring system. You wouldn't think they would have problems with the scoring system, though. No,
it's just human error that time there. So the handwritten score sheet did say 5-5.
There's just a 1 on the
Ram
board
said,
there.
no, we're happy with 3-7, as you would be.
Yeah.
But the official score up there, 5-5, is correct. And good, I don't know, court awareness there by Lilburn to jump over that ball as it was saved in and then hit a 2. So 7 points to 6. Beautiful pass there, but it's not a highlight, a completed highlight anyway. No. Here's Bryant. He drives it. Lavery, 2 young guys.
Oh, that's a bit unlucky there, But I think with the force that he threw his hand down, he was going to get the call. Sounded like a lot of ball, but he wasn't complaining.
No, it's one of the ones where he wasn't in a good defensive position as well. He was behind him, so if he had done that when he was in front of the player, I think it would have been play on. And what happened wherever the ball went. Anyway, 8 points to 7 the score now. ROUND.2 up by 1 point. Fairbrother into the paint. There is a count backing down. Is it 5 seconds or 3 seconds?
Shot clock there, but with the noise not going off, it's a lot hard. The buzzer's not that loud.
Yeah. There's Ben Hall for 2. A little bit too long. Bowie, though, battles for the ball and causes a second possession for his team.
Yeah, so in 3x3, the 5-second back down starts automatically.
Yeah. So it's when you get the ball, not...
No.
Not like that.
No. As soon as you get the ball, it starts.
Yeah.
So I don't think a lot of guys are aware of that rule, though.
No, I don't think so as well. Anyway, 8 points to 6 the score. Bowie with a chance to cut that lead in half. And he doesn't. But he just about
Jaden
made it miss to where his teammate was. So the score stays the same. And Brian's pretty, a lot quicker than you sort of think and a lot stronger finishing around the rim. And also some pretty good hops, as you saw just there.
Yeah, Bears is just 6'6".
He is. And his timing, that's great steal inside.
Looked like he got away with a little arm grab there, but I'd give that to him. He worked hard to stay in front.
I think that's a 3x3 steal, that's fine.
Yeah.
I know you have to be a little bit biased.
Yeah, I'm trying not to be.
You were still pretty good.
Yeah. You got to reward guys that, look like they're trying to stay in front. And
anyway, the score's still 8-6 now, 8-7. But the thing to worry about if you're in Whanganui is you're on 14 fouls now. So what is it?
7.
After 6. So the 7th is the dangerous one where you give up that double bonus. And then 10 even more of a punitive.
So after the 6th one, 7th is 2 shots, and after 10, it's 2 shots in possession. I think we got that early. When 3x3 was early in stages, a lot of people the refs
Bushveld,
were calling
yep.
it a lot softer than what it was,
Yep.
and then teams will get to 10 as they've got along.
Yeah, to be honest, 4 feels like quite a lot.
Yeah.
Like we haven't had that many. It's the ball. I was watching another ball about to enter the court.
So was I. Tane went for a little highlight reel there.
Lilburn, great closeout there from, I think it was Chen.
Rams need to be a little bit careful. Game's getting a little bit out of hand for them at the moment. So
good defense there from Bryant. Ben Hall, that's just a really solid finish there.
Yeah, that's a tough finish there.
12-8, Bryant just off to the right. And here's Chan with the ball now. Turning around, not long on the shot clock, only 5 seconds. Finds Hall inside. And he needs to shoot it quickly, he does. But I think knowing that the shot clock was running out was probably enough pressure to make him miss that as Lilburn hits the 2. 14-8. Shout out to my son, which was his favourite numbers when he was about 3 learning to count. And Chan, that one just dribbled off the rim. Williamson, you know he's going to launch this one.
Yeah, people don't understand. Whanganui and Gators, this is their home gym.
Well, I'd say they're still pretty good shooters. Most gyms they play at anyway.
It's different though when you play at home.
It is like, you put in more hours on these hoops.
You understand the feel of the gym, being in the gym. When it's cold, it's a little bit cold
in here
tonight. Yeah.
Nice hands from Bowie there to regather that after the tip from Fairbrother. A little bit surprised Rams didn't take the time out on that.
I am. They just need to get their composure back because they are not defending the 2-point shot very well.
As you see a Williamson 2 there, 16-9. And then he comes off, just about gets the steal, but Bowie able to recover it. 16-10 the score now. We're inside 5 minutes to play here. Lilburn, you know he's going to launch that, and he's going to bang that. And there is the timeout. 18 points to 10. So Whanganui.EXE looking like they may, if they win this, they'll be in the playoffs, I think.
Yeah. And you want teams that you just don't expect to make the playoffs in their playoff spots.
No, well they were. I don't think they won a game in the opening round.
No, I think they won one.
One game, okay, but they've certainly played
a lot better.
Yes,
but they have a good makeup of the team. Fairbrother can attack the hoop, and then with the likes of Zach and Williamson who can shoot.
Yes,
it's a good balance.
It is. No, I think. I don't know, the more I see of this, the more I think shooting's probably the number one thing you want.
Yeah.
Lavery to the rim, scores there, 18-11 the score, 4.5 to play now. And Fairbrother made Lavery reach for his ankles then and scored the basket. I think that's going to be the warning just for defending inside the circle, but...
He just needs... You don't need to reach in those situations. They're in kind of like a desperation mood, I think, Rams are. They got to defend.
They are, and just not able to make the basket there. If they can draw another foul, though, then they get into their bonus. Well, one more after, 2 more fouls, we'll say.
So, Whanganui can finish it here with a 2-pointer. But
I expect Rams to be up on them pretty tight. Fairbrother using a lot of time here, only 3 on the clock. And Lilburn launches the shot, it's an air ball, so it will be Rams ball up the top.
They ran with a play on there. Oh, that was tough.
So there's a foul on White, so the basket went in, and that does actually put them into the first bonus there. So 19-12, a chance to shoot one as well, and their next foul will be 2 shots.
Whanganui really need to get a bucket here, put the pressure back on the Rams. Ooh.
Yeah, that's one of those.
Yeah.
It'd be fine to not have that called as a foul on 3x3.
Yeah, I thought he could stayed in front. They gave the reach call.
Bryant makes that, so 20-13, so I'd still rather be in Whanganui's place than Rams.EXE. Ben Hall makes that. 20-14 the score. Lilburn step back. They only need 1 point now. Bryant, tough drive, can't quite make that one. And here's Lavery to the rim. Surprised that Rams are looking for 1-point baskets rather than 2s. 20-15 now the score. Although if you get fouled, it's 2 points. 2 free throws. And
Fairbrother
it
with
is
the
the
finish
game.
there.
21-15 the final score. So Whananui.EXE moves to 3-2 and they're on 84 points. Rams.EXE dropped to 2-3 and they are on 91 points. So we'll have to wait and see how the next two games go to see what happens. Coming up next, we have UC Maroon up against Gators.EXE. UC Maroon in white and Gators.EXE in green. Gators.EXE at 3-1 while UC Maroon's at 2-2. So a win for Gators, they're definitely through and I think will be the #1 seed. Win from Maroon is probably going to see both of these teams in the playoffs, but we'll have to see what happens with the other games as well. We'll be back in a minute or two to start that game off. All right, just deciding which ball we're going to be using. Here we go anyway. Gators.EXE starting off the ball. Joseph Nottenbelt fakes the handoff, drives in. Fisher, you're going to say that was a great pass out. I don't know how he saw his player over there, but it was actually a little bit to the right of his teammate out of bounds. Riley up the top and does get that pass into Fisher. An easy layup finish there opens the scoring for UC Maroon, 1-0. Josh Nickel drives in. He has a finish at the rim, 1-1 now the score. And out of bounds here, UC Maroon. And looking at Sam Riley's face, doesn't agree with the call, but there's not much you can say when you step out of bounds. The line is definitely there and doesn't move. And that basket goes in for Gators.EXE. Nottenbelt to the rim, draws the foul against Jenkins, and he'll be shooting one more as well. And off to the right, Jenkins with the rebound. So the score stays at 2-1. Riley with the catch. Good screen from Stevenson. And then opportune double team there from Nottenbelt. Comes up way with the steal. Chinsky, the strong drive to the rim. You see there, just able to get his chest into Riley, bumping him off to create the space to finish 3-1. Stevenson too long on that 2-point basket. And then here's an out of bounds that goes against Gators this time. So we've seen one out of bounds for each team so far, and this score is 3-1. Gators.EXE in green ahead. And then it's just the check and making sure that you've got enough space for the player, to be able to cleanly catch it before they do something. And good find there from Fisher. It was almost Jokic-like there, that pass. And Nickel dribbles back, launches the two, and it just bounces out of bounds. Stevenson lets it go because he wanted a sub, you can see. So Fisher up with the check up the top against Chinsky. And passed over to Riley. Flare screen there, and then the kick out. Quick shot there from Jenkins, doesn't go on, but Riley, good rebound. And he manages to save it all the way back to Jenkins. And then the long sort of Euro steps there. Battle for the rebound underneath. Nickel and Fisher were just sort of wrestling with each other. And it's Faitawa and I that drives, and he'll go to the line to shoot one. Score still 3-1. And Nottenbelt re-enters the game for Chinsky. And misses it. But Nottenbelt with the rebound and then taps it out to Nickel for 2. So 5-1 the score now. Here's Fisher driving inside. The spin back the other way. Beautiful finish there from the big man from UC. And here's Nottenbelt driving in. Nickel the spin. the left-handed finish and makes the basket. And Jenkins there not too happy with that foul. It's probably the most number of games we've seen just tonight where we've had M1 opportunities.
Yeah, it's been interesting.
Like we had the last round we had where everyone sort of seemed to realise, oh, if you foul people on purpose, the referees will call it.
Yeah,
and started using that when they wanted to rest. But then this week seems to have been we've fouled them and actually let them score anyway.
I think they've had like a few conversations the referees would have had. Yeah. This is an important game for Maroon. They need this one to stay safe. Looking at our scores here.
Yeah, we'll say Gators, if they win, they get home court advantage in the playoffs.
Yeah,
but they're going to have that regardless if they... I think they're the only team which is through, given the number of points.
Them and I think Whanenui are safe. Yeah,
and that's the shot there. I agree that there was no foul on that one there.
No, he just...
I think he was expecting a bit more.
Expecting it, yeah. Like you said, I think guys like that athletic, they just probably should just dunk the ball. You know, I talk to my guys all the time about if you're high enough. As you know, at Lincoln we have a few good athletes.
Yes. Yep. And there's one of those take fouls.
Fish.
I think Fish wanted the
break.
Yes, but it's Stevenson who beat him to the seat.
Yeah.
And then draws the double team. That was Waitawan and I over to Nickel, and he hits the two, so he's shot pretty damn well tonight.
Yeah, Josh Nickel's been quite good for this Gators team. He's got good size, first step, can get to the hoop. Ooh.
Yeah, that was
a little bit of an elbow.
That's one of the ones where it's... I do hate that when... I mean, I used to be a big man size-wise.
Yeah.
But as people have gotten taller and taller playing the game...
6'2"?
Yeah, 6'2". And like, you know, when there's someone smaller against you, you know, like they're going to bang, and then flop. And unfortunately, that wasn't a flop. That was taking an elbow and falling over. But it's kind of like, hey, how come he's allowed to... This is 5-on-5, not 3. So how come he's allowed to bang, and then I'm the one that gets called for the foul? Anyway, score is 10-3. Gators.exe as Stevenson takes the step back 2. And then...
Joseph has got a little bit heated over the last 4 or 5 possessions, you know. He may have a point.
And then, well, just looking at everyone else, no one seems to know who's on offense or defense.
Yeah.
Stevenson was trying to just use that, seal off. So, yeah, very physical game. Good footwork there by Fisher to stay in front.
Shot clock. Yeah. A couple of times there, Gators just need to shoot the ball.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's just a little bit too slow and, you know. Working on our math here, James. Who are we looking at? So Gators, if they get away with this one. Ooh.
And...
Signage.
I'm pleased. Well, the signage is the least of it, but I was like, I know that there's steps behind that.
There's a bench there. Yeah. He was a little bit lucky.
He does have a mouth guard in, but man, that was head first, and that was probably about 10 centimetres away from the steps.
Be calling the ambulance.
Yeah. And that's why you want 4 players as well, right?
Yeah.
So Mosa Waitawan and I getting his neck into other people's elbows, we'll say at the moment. He's drawn 2 offensive fouls.
Yeah, I think Maroon need to be careful here. They're almost in the bonus, so they don't want to foul. You know.
Yeah,
otherwise
next one
it's 2 shots.
And there it is.
There it is right there. 2 shots.
So we'll try and get the referee's attention here. Oh, the score bench has got it as well. So the score is still 10-3. Gators.exe in the lead at the moment. Yeah, I think you're right. Whanenui.exe's safe through at 3 and 2.
Yeah.
And then we've got UC Maroon, Rams.exe. Well, Rams is 2 and 3.
Yeah.
So pretty much has to sit around and wait and see what score
we
everyone
were
else
just
has.
talking about it before, obviously, because I have to inform my team.
Yeah.
They want Gators to win.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, because of the points they've scored 91 and Maroon is on 66. So, you know.
Yeah, Maroon can't catch them.
No, they can't catch them. And then for IOH, they just need a win,
Yep.
and both teams finish 3rd and 4th. So that's what we worked out in our league calculations.
Yeah.
They actually said it was credit to me, but I got to give credit to you because you're the one that always does all that.
I've just got it written down.
You do all the calculations for us, James. Yeah.
And Chinsky was up pretty
he
aggressively there.
Pretty high for that one. This game is pretty heated right now.
It is. No, well, there's been 2 offensive fouls.
Yeah.
And then Jenkins hits the 2 there. So 12 points to 5. Got to be careful not to foul. And I'll be careful, you know, anytime you swipe your arm down like that, there's
you don't want
you're risking, and especially here, 7th team foul, 5 on the shot clock. Nickel step back 2, and that just misses. Riley clears the rebound. So his team only down 7, but the free throw, well, the foul disparity, great cut from Riley. And Chensky.
He is everywhere right now, isn't he?
Well, that looked wide open, and then it was not wide open at all.
He is just flying all around the place today.
So obviously, not worried at all about landing head first on the ground. Stevenson launches the 2, doesn't hit anything, and doesn't hit the rim. He hit the backboard there. Hardly any time on the shot clock, and Chensky hit that highlight block. Now he gets a 2-point basket, 5 points to 14.
He's been quite impressive because he's had to, you know, deal with Fish down low, and Fish is. And that's 2 shots.
That is. So the basket counts.
No,
that'll be 2 shots.
That's 2 shots there. Yep.
Yep.
So that's big, you know. 3-point opportunity. I just think Maroon lost their head a little bit.
Yeah, I think you're right.
They kind of had all the pressure of like they need the game, and then they came out aggressive, which was good. But then I think the overly aggressive kind of hurt them a little bit, you know.
I'm kind of surprised how good this Gators team is, given the
makeup.
relative inexperience in 3x3. Like, Miszewski and Nottenbelt have played a lot, and Faitawa and I, but this week they've only got 2 of those players here. Like
I think Josh Nichols got the feel for it. Yeah, he's got a good body for this game.
Yeah,
he's physical, can shoot, defend, and the overly physicalness helps his game in terms of like.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, and so he's a good piece, and
Chinsky's similar to him.
Similar to him, yeah. So it kind of works, and then you know if you're a decent shooter in this game, with size, you survive. You know.
Well, that's where I pull Stevenson for UC Maroon because his shot is so fast.
So fast, yeah.
And like he doesn't jump really on it, but because he gets it up so quick, people don't realise. Oh crap! It's already gone. So 18 to 6, Faitawa and I. You can see now Riley just let him go because he's like, man, if I foul him here, that's 2 fouls. 2 free throws, and that's one of those.
Yeah, that's in the contents of this game and the foul count. That is pretty dumb. You know, puts. Oh.
It's an unsportsmanlike. Does that give you possession as well?
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
I've seen the foul count jump up to 10 from 8. So
unsportsmanlike is 2 fouls.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's going to get 2 shots and possession.
Right.
So every unsportsmanlike is 2 fouls. So
you
get put on 2 fouls. So, you know, it kind of just.
So there should have been no one lining up there.
No, there shouldn't have been no line up there. Yeah.
But it happens so rarely.
Yeah. That you don't realise that is actually the rule. Yeah. So
now if Gators does shoot more free throws, there's no line-up because they get the ball back.
They get the ball back,
regardless.
Yeah. And he just got a tag. Yeah, Maroon just kind of lost their way a little bit. Yeah, things aren't going their way, but...
So a technical foul in this?
Is 2 as well.
It's 2 as well.
Yeah, so...
Are you 100% sure? Cause
Well, no, it's 2 fouls put on, so he's going to get 2 shots and possession, but he could just win the game here. So Oh, it should have been.
I think they're going with the
5-on-5 rule.
5-on-5. Yeah, just carry on.
Interesting. Yeah.
That's one of the ones I'm sure we'll have clarification on for next time. And not about. Nickel was ready to walk off like, I've just hit that game winner. But yes, this will be a UC Maroon having to look back.
Yeah, and just too many bad fouls. And
there were.
Yeah.
Yeah, unsportsmanlike, technical, and then they had, I think, another one where they...
Fish grabbed him when he didn't really need to, you know.
So yeah, some points is what they need now.
Yeah.
Like the win's probably not going to happen,
No,
but you never know if you end up tied and they're down.
So they'll go to 72 if they stay.
Yeah, and IOH.EXE's on 75. So yeah, they definitely need to score more than 6 points to have a chance, I think.
So I think IOH just need to win. Is that? Yeah.
Maybe. Well, it depends how many points get scored here, I think. This is unofficial.
No, these are unofficial ones, yes. And there goes Gators. We'll finish top in front of Whanenui, I believe. At
1-5
and 1.
4 and 1.
4 and 1.
UC Maroon drops to 2 and 3. But with only 72 points, that'll be the thing. So I think actually Rams.exe and IOH. No, because UC Gold. UC Gold, if they beat IOH, they can make it through. So yeah, we'll talk about the results of this game, but very, very important one here. IOH.exe at 2 and 2 with a 6-point buffer over UC Gold. So it will be key to have the points staying very, very close to that between the two teams. So IOH, bit of a buffer. If they win, they're definitely through no matter what. If they lose, I think they can afford to lose by 5 points. If it gets up to 6, then it goes through to calculations that I'm not sure about. You can just hear Josh Thompson talking to his team off camera about what that actually means. But remember, they only have 3 players in the team.
And that's a conversation we've talked about, having 3 players.
So
So you'll be playing Rams. And Gators will play either IOH if they win, or they'll play Maroon.
I think that could change depending on how many points gets yours.
It could change. So, but you're second.
Right, anyway, here we go. IOH.exe. You can hear Josh just explaining who Zach from Whanenui.exe might be playing.
Yeah.
Off there. Anyway, so IOH.exe have a 5-point buffer, I think, but they'll be wanting to get a win so that it doesn't have to go to calculations whatsoever. And UC Gold knows we need to win and we need to score quite a few. Well, we need to score at least probably 7 more points to make sure we are the one team going through.
I think that might be a shot clock violation there.
I think
that was definitely a shot clock violation. Yeah.
So, which was the team that shot it?
That's interesting. That should have been a.
It should have been IOH.
Yeah. It's how it is.
Unless I can't remember now.
No.
Anyway, Noah Price bangs the 2 in, so points is what IOH needs.
Yep. No, Gold need points.
Well, both
need points because they both need a win.
Yeah. It's unlikely this is going to be a 2 to 3 game as time expires. Good hands there from, wasn't Irvine, it was Aiken. Mason, he's hit 3 twos in a row.
Yeah, he's been on fire, so.
I'd still quite like a little bit more arc in his shot, but confidence is good. Irvine with the 2 to answer. 4 points, plays 4 now.
We have been working on...
and I was ready for a highlight then.
Yeah. I'd almost call that unsportsmanlike. When the guy's about to jump and you grab him 2 hands like that, you know, like, that's not a basketball.
No, I agree.
Yeah. You
It's
know.
one of the ones where I guess we'll ask for clarification, probably from Hayden Pipe.
Yeah, it's a debatable one. I think in all basketball that should be on sportsmanlike. Just like
if you're not going for the ball whatsoever.
Yeah.
Like I don't mind when it's like towards the end of the game and you're like, I'm trying to foul, and you're definitely not going to risk injuring someone. Just like I'm touching you on the back so that you can see that there's a foul.
Yeah.
Mason is at 4 in a row, not this time, but you can see that Aiken was right there with his hand up, making it hard for him to shoot.
A little bit more of a contest.
And Tonge with the shot there didn't go in.
Yeah, a little bit slow. I think IOH just conserving energy, you know. Three guy, that's tough.
It is.
Yeah.
Good lead pass there, good challenge
good
from
block there by Jared.
It's hard to tell. Mason, the sort of flip back.
Yeah, that's tough.
Went in. Pretty good pace to this game here, and not overly aggressive. You know, both teams. Well, there's just after saying that there is a foul, but there's not the sort of angst towards each other and the overly hard fouls.
Yeah. The last game was physical.
Yes,
it was
very
physical. Yeah. So
6-6, and this has been Burnett's spot. Not this game though.
No. Yeah, he hasn't hit one yet.
Irvine, I was going to say that looked like it missed, but it's still got a chance to drop in, and it does just that. And Burnett, went up, but just lost the handle on the ball, and it rolled off. So 8 points to 6. UC Gold up by 2, and that shot is swatted. Price, 2 defenders there. Good challenge from Irvine.
Yeah, good defense. Yeah, both teams transitioning is pretty slow out of a rebound. You know.
Doesn't matter though if you're going to just hit a 2 in someone's face, right?
Yeah. I think ROH just need to pick it up the pace a little bit. You know, they're looking a bit slow and.
Yeah, 10-6 the score.
Yeah.
Burnett drives. I mean, they've had a couple sort of things like that at the rim where they just haven't been able to finish it.
Yeah, Jared's missed dunk, now missed layup there. You know, obviously makeable shots.
Tonge the step back 2. And I was going to say that looks good, but it wasn't good. It was just grazed the rim. Price inside the spin. Mason spotting up, but Price hits the jumper anyway, or the turnaround. 7-10. Chin for 2. Off to the left, and Mason.
Good to see Josh Chin back after a bad knee injury, I believe.
Yeah, torn ACL, I think.
Yeah. It's good to see him back out there.
And then Tonge almost shoots it, kind of like flicks it
up
from underneath.
Yeah.
Price, he's used his dribble. He's like, I'm going to take this dude. Here's the drive. Mason, you can see that foul up high then.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. Both UC teams foul quite a bit.
Yeah, well, I think it's getting used to the, hey, you can actually use fouls to your advantage if you know when to do them. And I think they've probably, especially the Maroon team's probably gone overboard with, we're going to foul whenever there's something that's looking bad when, you know, a lot of the time you're better off just trying to play hard defense because, and that was a hard foul there after saying this game's been pretty nice. Contested pretty well.
You know, those are the types of fouls you kind of just want to give away if the guy's looking like he's going to overpower you or stuff like that. But it worked out in the end for Tonge. You know, he's at the line for 1.
That should be 1 foul on IOH.EXE.
They haven't put the foul up yet, so
Mason launches the 2, doesn't hit that one. So the score's still 7 points to 10.
You just need. The game's in the balance here. Irvine has shot the ball very well this game. That's a second 2-pointer.
I'd say even this night he shot very well.
You know, he's a competitive guy, so he's.
There's Price, and you saw there he tried to just go up with one hand grabbing it. Irvine knocked the ball. I think there'll be 1 second on the clock. And there is a quick check and shot. It's about all you can do there when there's limited time. Score's still 7-12. And Price, the rebound went out to him.
Yeah, that's a big shot in the contents of this game.
And
You know, they changed the score.
Yeah, 9-12 is the correct score. Irvine too strong on that. And there was a shove in the back.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we're probably in the ideal
For
spot
those
to
ones,
see that.
yeah.
Not great. The two referees, that's kind of the spot which is hard to see. You can see a battle there. Tonge and Mason just locking each other up under the basket.
Yeah, those are the things you like to see. Two big guys going at it, you know.
And there was the draw from Tonge, sucked on the defense. And good, smart play there from Irvine. Tapped it over to Tonge. He doesn't make it, but Aiken with the follow-up. 9 points to 13. Price. And, oh my gosh.
Oh, highlight of the day right there.
Well, last time he went up with one hand, and that's why it got stripped away. This time he went up with two,
both,
and then it extended with one.
Yeah, it's like what I think I've been wanting to see Noah do that for a long time.
Yeah, no, that has been that's been the highlight of the night. I'd have to look back at Russo's dunks from last week, but I think that one, that one was
dunk
compilation
of this 4 weeks would be pretty good.
Yeah,
for,
it would.
the South Island, I think. Yeah, I know. Have you been watching the North?
Honestly, no, I haven't. I've been way too busy with just regular, because theirs is on Saturday, which happens to be our big club basketball day. So I'm like, wake up at about 8 o'clock, and then I wake up at 8 and then just wait and see, hey, what problems are going to happen that I have to go and deal with, and then usually finish up about 8 o'clock that night. And
it is a long day.
It is a very long day.
Even though I'm coaching, it's still a long day.
Well, coaching takes a lot out of you. Like it's similar to commentating, except we don't have the you don't have the oh my gosh, we've got to win this game, or it's terrible. I mean, you've got a bit of both at the moment tonight, but it's just that you've got to be focused the whole time, which does actually take quite a bit of energy out of you. Anyway, score is still 10-13.
It shouldn't
So
be a
I wasn't
reset.
actually listening to so was it a shot clock violation?
No, it shouldn't be a reset. I think it's on 6. Should be on 6.
5?
Oh, 5? I gave them a second extra. I thought it was on 6. Yeah.
And it's UC Gold's ball. Yeah, I was not paying attention.
No,
So-
I just kind of glimpse at the shot clock sometimes. And the bigger 3x3, it's on the. Obviously, it's on the.
And jump ball goes to defense.
Defense, so it's white ball.
Yeah. Who's going to get the ball? Prices.
So they got that right. They got that right there. Yeah. So
Anyway, score is still 13-10.
you want to get tie balls in this for the defense because you get the ball automatically, you know, and that's what you want. Jared hit those in the last game, but he has no luck on this one.
No, it's... I am surprised the lack of timeouts for IOH.EXE like those.
Yeah.
No, although this game has had a few breaks in it, so they probably are like our fitness is actually feeling okay, but they're in that spot. I was going to say close to the danger zone, but there's a nice two-hand throwdown from Burnett. Down by 3 points. 5 is where they're safe, I think. But
right here, they're not really safe here.
No, because a 2 in another basket. Burnett to the rim, scores 2 points, and that's smart play for him. So what had you told them in terms of what they had to be aware of before the game?
Oh, only 3 guys. They've got to be a bit more aware of how they check the ball, because you want to be smart with it. It's not against the grain of like sportsmanship, but you've got to play. And I just think they need to take their time. But I think defensively, they just need to step it up a little bit better. They just seem to have lazy moments.
Yeah, well, they're down 13-16 at the moment.
Yeah, and this game seems
they
like
are aware of the
They're aware
points.
that they need to win this game. I think if they win comfortably, or get to 20, I think they get into 3rd spot.
Right.
Yeah, because they'll have a bit of scoring. They would have a better score than.
Yeah, well, 14-16 the score. Step back jumper there from Aiken. It doesn't go down. We'll just double check. So yeah, UC Gold is 1 and 3, IOH 2 and 2, with a 6-point difference.
Yeah.
And what else? 2 and 3 UC Maroon and Rams.EXE. So Rams have 91. They're through. Yeah. So UC Maroon is out no matter what. I think. And then it's one of these two teams is out as well. 15-16 the score. So at the moment it's going IOH.EXE's way, but they also probably don't want to play Gators.EXE first up.
Well, to be fair, I think they could, they beat them last time, but they had Simon, so
yeah, well,
a little bit different.
The other bad news is that's the very next game, 1 versus 4. And when you've only got 3 players, I think if you have the choice, you'd say, yeah, can we have the second semi-final?
Yeah, so they want to finish third, At this stage,
they're looking at the minute 44, and we'll see how UC Gold approaches it. Like, they should really be looking for 2s, and they take one here because they need to win by 7. 6 may be enough, but 7 definitely will be enough. And unfortunately, with IOH on 16 points, that now means that a 7-point win's impossible. Is it 16 each? And Burnett, great handles there, and I think it was like, I've been fouled in 5-on-5, so I'll take, just make it obvious and go up. Whereas this, you need to be a little bit stronger going up, making sure to finish that basket.
Yeah, it's a tough finish. Corbin Mason is really good with his left hand. He can finish quite well, but Tonj, obviously left-handed, he's pretty strong there. UC need that or shot clock.
There's a shot clock violation, as you said. So
unlucky.
17-16 the score still. Noah Price is
He needs the time. They were looking at me like I can call the time.
Okay.
I can call the time.
Sounds like a good idea. I also saw on Facebook, I think it was, about the Hawani Smith, the trainer for the strength and conditioning coach.
Shout out to Hawani.
Yes, when you're in oxygen deficiency, put your hands on your head because you recover quicker. I saw a thing saying, actually, no,
put your hands on your knees,
which is what everyone just wants to do instinctively. So,
science,
human instincts, I'll say, backed up by science now. So 17-16, here's Price. Tries to fake, well, he does fake it. It didn't make any difference to Chin, who didn't even look.
Oh, this is big.
And that just about
went in there.
Price was waiting out. I still think, though, the scoreline, I think they're going to make it through. And then we'll work out where the positions are. 17-17 the score now. 14 seconds on the game clock. Price, great.
That's a tough finish.
There was, took the hit up high enough.
Oh, Chin for the win.
Just off. Burnett, the battle. The turnaround jump shot doesn't go in. So IOH.EXE finish at 3 and 2. I'll quickly work out all my standings. 9 and 3. So UC Maroon. We'll go through everything. Gators.EXE, I think, will be in the first place. Second place, it will be, I think it might be IOH.EXE will be second place. In third place will be Whananui.EXE. And then fourth place, it'll be Rams.EXE, I think. I think it's Rams is in fourth place, going up against Gators, and IOH jumps up to second place, I think. These are unofficial results. We'll go over to the score bench table and make sure that they have the same results that I have. All right, so I've got to apologise.
We get it wrong.
We got it wrong, and the head-to-head result is actually the first one. So
Yeah.
UC Maroon by knocking off ROUND.2. One of their 2 wins was the most important one of their night.
Yeah.
Well, not this night, but
It was
previous
the
night.
Previous night, yeah.
And that sees them qualify in 4th place. And ROUND.2, after thinking they were safe, not safe.
Yeah.
And IOH will be playing Whanganui, as we did think,
Yeah, we thought that was
the 2-3, but we
Yeah.
were wrong with the order because,
Yeah.
the head-to-head result is the
one that
the
counts.
primary tiebreaker, and then it's the total points
Yeah.
scored. But we've still seen one fantastic highlight tonight, and a second one,
Yep.
second dunk. Well, we've had 3 probably. Chinsky's block,
Yep.
then Burnett's 2-hand dunk, but number 1 I think
Oh,
was
Noah,
Noah Price's.
Well, Noah had another 2-hand dunk in the lane.
He did? Yeah, you're right, but
It
I can
wasn't
only
as impressive.
Yeah, the one was
Yeah.
by far the best. See, Rams.exe, I don't know, do you think they'll stick around and watch their club mates? I mean, there's only 2 games, this game and one
Yeah,
more.
no, probably not. Maybe, we'll see.
Do you think
Are we
UC
picking-
Maroon will have 12 team fouls this game?
No, I don't think they will.
You don't
I
think they will?
I think Pete's had a word with them about the dumb stuff. I do give the slight edge to Gators though.
Yeah.
Because of the previous game, but you never know in this game.
No,
Yeah.
no. It's,
Yeah.
it could honestly be like, hey, we won 21-2.
Yeah.
It's a
treble.
walk, yes. I was going to say, that was the double jump.
Yeah.
Well, maybe triple jump.
Yeah.
So no basket. I did as well.
Yeah, I thought it was a treble.
So great call.
Yeah.
There was Tony
Tony.
Smith-Humwick over there with the call. And there's the quick release, Stevenson.
Yeah.
And good to see Nichols' strength there, just holding off Fisher. And Gators so quick, just like moving that ball. And there was a hit to the head there.
Oh,
Says,
that's interesting. Oscar
I think it's one of the, because it was in his eye,
hit his
just
face.
looking.
Yeah, hit his face.
So, yeah, you will say, yes, there was not much force there, but
but-
because of where it actually hit, yeah, you definitely.
Obviously, with all the protocols around concussion, it's pretty important.
Yes, yeah,
that
so-
kind of stuff. Yeah.
And that one. And Samurai, well, in
The
regular
hindsight,
speed, I
yeah.
thought that
He
he
f- I
actually fouled Faitawa and I, but
Yeah.
looking at that, I'd say that Faitawa and I's got away with one
Yeah.
towards the neck area.
I think the bad blood's still carrying over from the first game they played.
Yeah. No, I'd expect to see a substitution here for Riley. Like, even if you're feeling, No,
he wants to sub there. Yeah. You're hitting the throat is not nice.
Not fun.
No, definitely not fun at all.
anyway, so shot clock just marginally down at about 10 seconds there. Stevenson drives in, kick out over to Jenkins.
It's great.
Trying to
defense.
create some space, it is, and nice handles there. Step back, doesn't make it, but he just about got his own rebound. Faitawa and I has space.
Yeah, such a quick release, and it's off Joseph there. So
Will be, and quick sub there for Gators.exe. You're right, it is a lot cooler tonight.
yeah, it is. Yeah, I think it's like 5 degrees outside here in Christchurch.
Well,
If
in
you're
the
not
morning I was refereeing, I drove to Cal's, it was -1.
-1. Yep.
I refereed in a hoodie, and I wish I brought my American football gloves in my hands because they were frozen.
If you're not from Christchurch, it does get cold here in
Yeah.
the winter. Yeah.
It's all relative as Nickel
You're
hits it too. I've been in Indiana, it was -28 there
Yeah, true.
sometimes, so
Yeah,
you could still wear shorts and not die of hypothermia.
that's true. Yeah. Indiana -28.
Yeah,
Is
and
that
then in
degrees
summer
or
it
is
got
that
no, that
Fahrenheit?
was
Degrees,
Celsius
yeah.
degrees.
And in
It was
summer,
it was much the same in Fahrenheit too. Some of the hottest it got to was about 39 degrees. I think. Like,
it's kind of similar almost, but not quite.
yeah, but
we
it's
don't
like,
get
hey,
39.
if you want to dry your clothes outside,
Yeah, take
there's
5
about a
minutes.
2-week spot where it's not too humid and the temperature's nice. But anyway, back to this game now. Good drive there from Nickel, puts his team up 5 points to 3. I think when it'll come up, there it is.
There it is. Yeah.
And Stevenson, the floater, quick, doesn't go down, and Nickel clears the rebound. So this is when it'll go home time, but You can come back next week for round 3,
Round
but
3. Yeah, not next week. A couple of weeks off.
no, it is next week
next week?
because we try to avoid the school holidays. Then it's a couple of weeks to wrap up the end of round 3.
I was assuming it was in a couple of weeks, but I'm not here next week.
Right.
So
Well, you'll be on the live stream then.
On the live stream, yeah.
I'll look for some.
I'll be listening to you. A few comments. I could probably make a few comments.
Yes. Yep. I'll bring them up anyway. 8 points for the score now. So Gators still with a lead. Yeah. Not. I mean, it can disappear in a second.
Yeah.
Well, a couple of seconds. But so far for UC Maroon, not giving up those fouls that put them in major issues last game as they hit it to them.
You just can't give Paul any room, can you?
No.
You just have to make him put it on the floor.
Yeah,
that's what you want. You want that step back one if you're the defense. Fish. Ooh.
He's so big. Strong and big. Like you saw him just tracking the ball the whole time. Got to another good position. There's only 2 on the shot clock here. Nickel gets it up quick, and Stevenson keeps his position underneath.
Such good footwork for a big guy, Josh Nickel. Yeah.
Faitawa and I, he's so quick with that. It's that 11-7 the score now.
He's got an awkward guy to mark when you watch him because like the way he shoots it is unorthodox.
It is. Like he doesn't really bounce into a shot. It's just kind of a straight-legged step back and then he's shooting it. So I'd like to see him and Stevenson guard each other for a bit because they both shoot so quickly.
Yeah, you know.
Here's Riley.
We
good
did
inside out.
Good pass of Sam's recovered from his little wee throat hit.
No, that's great.
Yeah,
great
it's good to see. Yeah. Oh, that's tough.
Yeah, good defense.
Strong. Yeah.
Jenkins, not much space there. And Faitawa and I thought he had a steal.
Yep. It was close, you know. Even I would call that a foul. Yeah. Maybe not. What did you say? Foul, no foul? 3x3?
3x3, I think you can just about justify anything as a non-foul.
Yeah. You could argue
say did you hit his arm, but did you touch the ball just a little bit?
Oh, that's a foul.
And those are the ones where...
That obviously...
yes, this was to stop him just getting the ball on the lap. So Gators 3 fouls to 1, so not quite halfway through the game. They do have to be aware of those. They do have the 4-point lead, though.
Yep. Yeah, Yosef's just rolling the ball back, take a little bit of a breather.
And that was it was good overcutting instead of undercutting the pass.
Plays with such aggression.
And quick shot there.
Got that off.
He did his hand. There's a highlight as well. Stevenson waits for it to come out to him.
It's almost the same shot.
Neither of them really use their legs. That time Faitawa and I did jump. And good steal there from Chinsky. And just cleared out Riley after passing the ball. 15 points to 8 the score. Riley just had to double clutch that. I think he probably would have made that shot if he didn't fumble the ball there.
Should have just taken the first one, I think.
Fisher, though, with the rebound and put back. 15-9. Northern too strong. And Stevenson with the rebound.
I love the energy Joseph brings to the basketball court. And there's that matchup we wanted.
It is, yep.
Good contest.
Northern could have cleared it on that side and said, I'm going to go all the way to the other side. Shot that one there. Riley with the rebound. I'm thinking we may see a timeout soon, just given
the speed.
The score. There's a foul there.
Yeah, it's a smart one.
And there is the timeout I was expecting. 6-point buffer for Gators.EXE in the white. UC Maroon, much better showing this game compared to the last matchup between these teams.
Yeah.
But
not as many fouls or
yeah.
dumb stuff that they did in the first game that I think, you know, Gators is kind of like that team that will irritate you into those types of things.
Yeah.
And I think Maroon's done a good job at weathering that early storm in terms of fouls. You know, they're still in the game within 6. I think that's a good timeout. They do need to, at the end of the day, it's about making shots.
Yeah.
And they just haven't made shots. Yeah.
No, but the foul, I mean, the problem is Gators is kind of close to 21 points, but the fouls for them, like UC may say, look, we want to catch up quickly, but if there's a chance to score the ball inside and push them closer to that 7th foul, And that's exactly what you want, just an
unforced error.
Marginally unforced.
Yeah, there's been a lot of those called.
Yeah, well, the other ones you can't argue about. Like, you definitely stepped out. Like, what do you want me to say?
It's not like you can say, no, I didn't step out of bounds. Well, no, you did, and I saw it cleanly.
And Fish, I think he's been the MVP if UC Maroon comes through and wins this game, at least at this game. Like, just the amount of second chance opportunities he's had for his team.
Yeah.
15-11, and that's a 5th foul there for Gators.exe.
Interesting, there's not two people in.
Yeah, just one side.
Yeah. And I think if they had two, they would have
got the rebound. Yeah.
They're right back in the game here. 4-point game.
15-11, we'll see. Gators obviously has the, I was going to say the experience with coming back and winning a game like that last. And that's the 6th foul there, but it is 17-12.
Yeah, here guys.
Chensky saying, watch the fouls now. He knows the next one is 2 shots.
Yeah, in the hindsight of the fouls, they are kind of lucky they were up by 4.
Yes.
If it was tie game,
yeah,
then you would have that advantage to UC Maroon. Yeah, that's good defense.
That is.
That's.
You don't agree with that?
No,
one?
I don't.
No,
I thought that was great defense by Jenkins. Forced him into a tough shot. You just got to let that go.
Yeah.
He contested really well. I just think that's unlucky.
Anyway, the call's made, 18-13. And I couldn't see that. I think the ball's just gone
came
out
off Gators. Faitala now.
So we'll see if UC Maroon looks to shoot a 2 or actually tries to take something to the rim to try and
get them in
get
the
a double bonus.
And 2 here. Yeah.
Fish, great battle there. I was going to say
he had it.
And
it's Riley.
It does make that one. It didn't look like, hey, it's definitely going to go down. Faitala and I just dances. There was a great pullback dribble.
Need this. They need that or that. No, not going to call that one.
No, I mean, I'm happy with that being a no call there.
I am too. Yeah, that's tough. Yeah.
And I do think you can be a bit more aggressive given the number of fouls you're on, UC Maroon. And have we got another person?
Yeah, another throat hit.
I think that wasn't really a hit to the throat. No. I think there was a box
out. I just happened to hit you in the face.
Well, I think his chin may have slid down Fish's arm. Anyway, 20-15, so 1 point is all they need.
Yep, and Josh
Nickel, Riley.
Good defense.
It was there's no point giving up an open layup now. Like when there's 1 point's going to do it.
Maroon fought back hard. I thought they had chances.
And Nottingham Belt, that was class there.
That was
21-15. They're back in the final.
I honestly think that Sam Jenkins' call was a big moment.
Right, yes.
Yeah, he played great defense.
Because that's when
they were coming back.
Yep.
And that call kind of hurt their chances to see if they could win this. This one here might be a little bit interesting. You know, Wharenui have been shooting the ball really well. IOH, as we see, had played with 3 players.
I know. That's hey, like it can happen, and you just make life so much harder. So I want to know. Yeah, we'll see if Flynn McGuinness gets listed in the winning team if they do make it through. So the main thing with this game, obviously, points. It's whichever team wins. There is no need to look through at the table and see how you're lining up. Wharenui.exe, I think last place in round 1, so a chance here. They're definitely top 4. And chance to make it through to the final, be one of the top 2 teams in round 2. Tommy Fairbrother shooting, Seth Bryant, Zach Lilburn and Jimmer Williamson, the 4 players for Wharenui.exe. Then joining them on court, we have Noah Price, Jared Burnett, and then Corbin Mason coming on for IOH.exe.
Well, I can give away my strategy.
Yeah, you can. Like it's
It's not like anyone's going to hear it.
What
But
is it? What is it? Stop the other team and
Yeah.
score more points than
yeah,
them?
pretty much. Yeah. Oh, we just talked about Whanenui. They have really good shooters. You know, Jimmy Williamson, Zach Lilborn.
Yep.
Yeah, Fairbrother does a lot of his work in the paint.
Yep.
And Bryant, you know, he'll chip in defensively and get a layup here and there. But,
Yep.
you know, we just need to defend the 2-point line. We
Yep.
defend that, I think we're in for a shot. And utilise our size and
Yes.
athleticism, you know. Noah at 6'7", Corbin at 6'8".
Yep. No,
Yeah.
they've got a
Yeah.
whole lot more wingspan.
Yeah.
And I mean, hey, if there's one team which is going to be able to manage with only 3 players, it's the team that actually has, you know, a strength and conditioning program
Yeah.
run for them. So,
And two out of the 3 guys run a 19 in the yo-yo
Yeah.
with, I think, Corbin in the 18, high
Right.
18s. So actually, you
But-
might think Noah recently ran a 20.
right. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I saw that as well.
Yeah, so, you know, his fitness should not be an issue.
Yeah, Bryant had enough space to launch that too, but
Yeah.
yeah, like they may have been testing out that wingspan. Burnett, smart play when he realised how close he was. 5.1 on the shot clock there. And
Yeah.
beautiful quarterback, well, centre snap.
Snap, yeah, we know all about those.
Yes.
Yeah, going to 7s, I think, aren't we?
Yeah, I hope so.
Good
and then-
defense. Yeah,
There it was.
Bryant, I actually like him. You know, good defender. Oh, yeah,
That's a pretty good defender as well, right?
Defender right there as well. Yeah,
Burnett, really smart play just to get Williamson behind him.
yeah, he guarded the pass out. That's a. Yeah, you just
Yep.
can't do that. Yeah.
I missed that, to be honest. Like,
Oh.
I thought that he...
Jared stuck his hand out.
Right, and that forced the pass
Forced
to
the
be...
pass to be, yeah.
Anyway,
It probably had no bearings on it, but it is the rule.
Yep.
Yeah.
Whanenui hits the 2. Great defense from Williamson. Forces that miss there. You can see now just the... I was going to say the changeover of who the
Yep.
IOH players are guarding has gotten a lot better, but then a mistake there. You see Williamson trying to keep his arms up. Good just sticking with the play there from Mason.
Yep. Using his size. But they need to do a better job at defending that.
Yes.
Yeah, they've had 4 open looks. That
Now, I think Williamson was trying to foul that one.
yeah.
But that's the one where Noah shouldn't just stay there and look at the ball.
Yeah, no, he probably
Needs to go to
just
the
out
next
and
job.
defend
Like,
the guy.
who do I need to find? Because
Yeah.
when you've got enough time like that, and Lilburn,
Lilburn. Not known for his athleticism, but he looked quite
No.
athletic there, you know. But he has length.
he does.
That's
And
what
I
he,
think that was
6'1"?
just Burnett expecting, like, oh, I've just got an easy rebound here.
Yeah. You know, you can't think anything's easy, you know.
No.
These teams are scrappy, you know. They're doing a good job.
And Bryant just got enough to that. That's the one where Price, if he could
Good D.
just go up with 2 hands,
Yeah.
like in that way you can take a little bit of a hit on the ball. Burnett. And
bit
we
of
had a shot clock issue.
error.
And unfortunately that was
That was a layup.
clearly going to be an easy
Yeah.
basket.
That's unlucky. Yeah, these things happen though. Technical
Yeah.
difficulties, you got to deal with them. Even though it would have been a point, but you know it's fine.
Yeah, so if you make the 2, then you don't mind it, but
Yeah.
you didn't make the 2, so
No, you kind of want that one back, but
should have asked the other team, like, hey, can you just let me drive
Yep.
and score an open layup
Yeah.
like I had
Yeah.
just last possession? Score stays at 3-4, and this has been, Mason's probably been the best shooter of the night.
yeah, in saying that, Noah has hit a couple 2-pointers.
And Bryant hits one on the other end to answer it. Well, I remember Noah Price's probably biggest shot from behind the arc. Rangi Order versus Boys High. I think it was a
Yep.
semi-final.
And then we put them in the final.
It
Yeah,
was like
win the game on the buzzer.
Yeah,
It was
and
a 3-pointer, I think.
yeah, with 3. Yeah, I said behind the arc.
Yeah.
So
It was at Christchurch Boys.
it was at
too,
Christchurch
yeah,
Boys, and
yeah.
then he got mobbed by his teammates,
Yeah.
and
It was
he just looked stone-faced, like, yeah, I do this all the time. Like,
yeah. Yeah.
Fairbrother hits the 2 there, so Whanenui just grabbing a little bit of a lead, 8-5, but Burnett, that was a beautiful
Yeah.
move there. But it does give Lilburn the space he needs. Like, he's smart. He's like, I'm beaten here. I'm just going to go straight away and space out to the two-point line, ready to shoot.
That's what he needs to do. You know, he got burnt. That was smart. You know, ran out to the 2-point line.
And then surprised, two things here. One, Brian took on the 6'8" player and decided, yeah, I'm going to shoot this.
Yeah.
Two, made it as well, like pretty easily. Only 3 on the shot clock. Brian, the floating jump shot from behind the arc. Mason, good rebound. Could have just gone up and finished that. And there's those ones where Price is just getting himself into trouble by just going up with one hand, which the defense is able to just tap the ball out, and that's why he's lost it a couple of times.
IOH look a little bit fatigued here. Yeah.
We'll see if there's a take foul.
Oh, that's tough.
The ball went out. So this could be the timeout opportunity. 12 points to 6 the score.
Yeah, IOH really need to step their game up. There's a big 2-pointer there from Burnett. They needed that one.
Yeah, 8-12 the score. And then, but Wharanui's answered the call every time. 8-14. Approaching danger time. Good drive from Burnett, but then sort of he thought that shot was going in. Fairbrother launches the 2. He hits that as well. So 8-16.
Yeah.
IOH is starting to look almost dead on their feet. Price.
There's a 1-pointer. Foot was on the line. I just think Wharenui have spread the floor out really well.
Yeah, no, they've made a lot of 2-point baskets in this game.
I think the majority of their points have been 2-point baskets.
So yeah, MVP consideration. So out of these two teams, who do you like on each team, assuming they play this way in the final as well?
Oh, to be honest, I'd actually go with Zach.
Yep,
for Wharenui. IOH, I think Jared has been the guy in that team. Even though no one's had the highlights, Jared has been the one that's kind of just hit bigger shots. And then I think you really can't go past Joseph.
Yeah,
for
I think so.
This week, he's played extremely well tonight. But are we going over the 2 weeks, or are we going over?
It is the 2 weeks, but it's primarily the last couple of games which matter.
Yeah, I'd say Joseph for Gators.
Yep.
IOH got away with that one there. I thought Zach got that off
in time.
But just IOH with the 3 players, it kind of looks like it's starting to.
Yeah, the effects are catching up to them.
Yeah. So.
And
there's Jim.
Williamson. You'd expect, like, he takes off the basket counted, and you see him trying to put his face in the way there. I am surprised he does not wear a mouth guard. You still can't hit people in the face.
Can't hit them in the face.
Anyway, Mason makes the free throw after the basket, so 10-17. Ball's not clear, that's why Bryant suddenly stopped inside. And good drive there, but Price enough to just really make that shot difficult, and that forced the miss.
I think the athleticism of Price really bothers a lot of players.
Yeah, no, it can be surprising. Like, I can remember, it's a while ago now, but the Lyons brothers, who I think were fringe Rams players, about 6'8", 6'7".
Yeah.
I just remember boxing one of them out, being like, "Oh, this rebound's coming right to me."
Yeah.
And then they just picked it out of the air above me, and I'm like, "Oh my gosh!" Like, yeah. Until you play against someone that big and athletic, it can be a bit of a rude awakening.
Yeah.
Lilburn a bit too strong there. Mason clears the rebound. Team 10-17. He takes the step back too. Can't hit it, and Bryant
kind of like in a rut there. I think the 3 players. Colburn looks a little bit tired.
5.7 on the shot clock here. Williamson coming back in for Lilburn. Here's Price, crosses over. And ball just gets swiped by Williamson. Smart play there. And nice pass inside Bryant. Easy finish. 10-18. We may be seeing brother club versus brother club, I think.
Brother club versus brother club, it looks like. Man, and Whanganui have come a long way after last
the
last
first
round.
round.
They finished last, didn't they?
Yep.
Yeah.
And Bryant was just trying to throw that up quickly before the shot clock. Looking a bit annoyed that there wasn't a foul, but I don't think you deserve a foul for that.
No.
Mason. So all the 2-point shooting that have been serving IOH so well earlier in the night seems to have pulled off quite a bit.
Kind of left them a little bit. Yeah.
And I think that is fatigue related. Good catch there from Williamson. You can see Price was right there. That shot was nowhere near as open as he may have thought. And Burnett to the line, takes the foul. Probably ideal for IOH. It gives them a small break as well.
Yeah, they used their timeout. Interesting game. 8-point game. You know, Whanganui need to finish the game off with 3 points. I think they'll finish the game with 3 points, but if IOH get a couple stops here and hit a couple twos, it could be interesting.
Oh. And that was, like, I thought he was going to block that.
Yeah.
The noise you heard was the arm or hand.
I can't deny that one.
No.
That was a foul, but
anyway, 11-19.
Yeah, Whanganui just shot the ball really well tonight in this one. So
and Mason step back 2 hits that. So if the run's going to happen, it's still going to be very hard. But this is when it needs to happen. 13-19. Bryant fakes inside. Realised that Price was there. And he's been hit. And this is where you'd have a sub. If you had a sub.
If you had a sub, you would have had a sub. And it would have been a good sub too.
Yeah.
Flynn McGuinness, strong, athletic, physical. Yeah, I think we've all been there, James.
Yes, I definitely have. It's not the most fun.
Nah. He just needs to catch his breath.
Yeah.
But I thought Noah's played well tonight.
Has.
Yeah.
So 13-19 the score. Mason, I was going to say good drive, but just flicked it up.
Flicked it up. Too much spin there. Ooh.
And then great closeout there, but Fairbrother recovers. And then just, there's that length just putting them off. But good battle for the rebound from ROUND.2. They stay with it. Williamson may have travelled then, but no call. Bryant, the kick out. The shot has to go up. And it doesn't go on. There's only 2 minutes 14 though, so IOH needs to score quickly. Burnett, quick 2. Doesn't hit anything.
No. It's kind of a stalemate, this game, in the last couple minutes. No team has really scored consistently.
And that was the slap of the backboard there, so 20-13. You could hear Josh Nickel from behind us telling the team how much time is on the shot clock. He definitely wants to play the Whanganui team. Burnett, the drive to the rim, 14-20. 150, here's what Lilburn does though. Not that time though.
Really need that one. They really need that. Ooh.
Out of bounds, so was a very, very nice looking move. The sudden quick spin back. 137, 2s are what you need here. You're not going to have enough time.
No, you need it. You need to make this 2.
To take anyone's.
Yeah.
And Burnett not aware of that because 12 seconds for Whanganui each time is going to, there's only going to be about 40 seconds left.
40 seconds left, yeah. So they need to score nearly on every possession.
And they need to have a 2.
Ooh. That's a legs one. Probably ran out a bit of gas here.
But he did go up with 2 hands, which was nice. And that's
Fairbrother finishing.
That is so IOH.EXE, valiant effort, but get knocked out at the end of round 2. We will see Gators.EXE up against Whanganui.EXE in a couple of minutes. Final game of the night. You're sticking around for that to talk through it with me?
Yep, I will be here for the final game, and we have both brother teams.
We do.
Gators, who will, I think, be the favourite going into this.
Yeah, I'd say so. They're the team that won it last time. Anyway, we'll put the mics down and be back because there may be a marginally longer rest for Wharenui.exe.
Yeah.
Right, just getting ready for the final game, round 2. So Gators.exe back in it where they were last round, probably about a month ago now. And then they're going up against Wharenui.exe, who've gone from last place up into the final this time. So pretty dramatic improvement for them. And we've got everyone ready to go here. Right, and Josh Thompson's back in the commentating
in the booth.
The booth, behind our mini desk here.
Well, this game's a lot faster than all the other ones.
Yep, and
yeah,
I'd quite like to see a bit of an upset. I'd like to see Wharenui.exe. You don't want the same team winning all the time.
No.
And I'd say every other team would I don't know actually. Like if Gators.exe wins,
they are guaranteed that they'll go through to Auckland.
But then that means that any other team can pretty much make second to get there as well. Whereas, Wharenui wins, then first place is still up for grabs a little.
So I think UC Maroon were in the final last time.
I think so. Yes. So how were your two teams after a
disappointing? Talked about the OH team. They would have. It would have been better with a fourth player.
Yes. Yeah.
I think they are right there. If they had a fourth player, I think they would have been fine.
Yes.
Rams, they just dropped the game they shouldn't have. You
Yep.
know, they lost a couple games that they were up early and just mental lapses. And my team's it's a mental lapse thing. They switch off. Yeah.
No, it's kind of hard, because each game you could play awesome in the first one.
Yeah. It's
and
game
then you've
game.
got to, it is.
Yeah.
You've got to switch back on for the next one and be ready to go.
Yeah.
Anyway, the two teams feeling each other out. 2-2 the score here.
Yeah, there won't be no love loss in this one. They know each other, so I'm expecting a little bit of chit-chat.
I don't think we'll see the hard fouls like
No.
we did in the Gators vs UC Maroon
No.
game. And I don't think that pass at Zach Lilburn's head was on purpose.
No, Joseph. Ooh.
And Fairbrother hits the 2 there. So
He's a good. He's not a good. He's a good shooter, but he's not as good as. That's almost a.
he's not as good as this guy
No,
shooting,
no,
is he? No.
That was a 1. His foot was on the line. I saw that, but ooh, yeah.
So I think no basket there.
Charge. Yeah. Interesting.
So the score is 6-3.
Yeah.
But you think it should be 5-3,
It should
but
be
because the
5-3.
referee called
Yep.
it a 2,
Yeah, you
that's
can't
what it
change
is.
Yeah.
Fairbrother double crossover and then gets it up over Nottingham. The 7-3, Whananui.exe out early and Nickel off the side of the backboard.
Tiptoed the sideline there. That was impressive.
But like the Sean Elliott
Yep, it was.
3. Bryant banks in the
it
2.
Yeah,
It's a 9-3. Well, that'd be a much better story, like from worst to first, if they do pull this off. Nottingham blew the layup, got all the way there, and Bryant clears it.
Ooh.
And I was going to say, great handles there behind the back. Lilburn, you saw
That was tough.
that was, but he still found room on it. And then Bryant,
Yeah, Bryant has quietly just, accumulated 1s for Whananui throughout the night. And
yeah, and this may not be Gators' game, like you saw that
nice.
Faitala and I just, blew the layup there, and
blew the
Bryant
layup,
has not blown many. 11-3, Nickel, step back,
Good
he's
defense.
covered.
I think the Machuski factor is starting to kick in for Gators, him not being here. We've seen that a lot tonight, little couple guys slipping on the floor.
You think that's temperature related?
Yeah, a little bit of both. Oh, we've lost the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was almost coming towards us, but then bounced off the side.
Bounced off the side. I think with the stand that the cameras on, and Gators with the timeout.
So it's perfect. Works out perfectly for a timeout.
Yep.
3 points to 11. Only 1 foul against Whananui.exe, none on Gators.exe.
And we hear Zach talking about how Gators have missed a couple easy ones, and the score doesn't reflect. But hey, the score reflects on.
Well, eventually
what it is.
you are what the scoreboard says
Yeah.
you are, and with the games, first to 21 all the time. Most of the time it is 21, which is the decider.
And these are the things that you need to be aware of, and those are baskets you have to make, especially in this format of the game, because it's so fast and there's not enough time to correct a lot of your errors.
Yes. There's a big 2 for Nickel there. Yeah. 4 on the shot clock here. Lilburn fakes, tough shot there.
Good defense. Gators looked like they really came out of the timeout there and talked about, let's sort out our defense.
Yeah. There's Lilburn. Like, you can see just how desperate they are to stay with those 2-point shooters there. And the suck in there, Nottingham for 2. Too strong. But Chensky, he went like the entire way around Lilburn up and finish, and then just the ball got knocked out of bounds. No, I think I can't even remember who drove.
There was Machinsky losing the ball there. Do you think he just lost it off his leg when he fell over?
Chinsky. Right,
Chinsky,
yes, you're right.
Gators have come out with aggressive defense this
and there was good
after
defense
that
there.
timeout.
6-11 still to score. And ball just slipped out of his hand. Well, I'd say slipped out of his hands, and that is a foul.
Yeah.
And I think that was from the previous one.
Yeah,
he's like, I got slapped there, and that's what made the ball come out. Like, it wasn't. And that's one of the ones where, yes, you're allowed some contact, but it's got to be.
Yeah.
It's still got to touch the ball.
Yeah.
But the thing you need to remember, like, referees don't. There's going to be mistakes made all the time. Like, if everyone was perfect, you'd make every basket. So I don't think there was a foul called.
Yeah, no, I think there was.
Just a rebounding foul.
Rebounding foul, hitting the face. That was unlucky. They're both contesting the ball, but, you know.
As Fairbrother makes the basket there, so 6 points to 12. Nickel, he's starting to really come alive with those drives to the rim. Seth Bryant, like...
I know, would you give the
MVP
to Seth Bryant? Yeah,
at the moment, like he's played extremely well. Like,
are we going final, game MVP?
No, it's the whole thing.
Yeah.
But the finals, I think you can say like that counts 50% towards your grade.
Yeah. I think
out of frame there, Zach Lilburn's asking for an intentional foul.
Yeah.
So as you said, no love lost. Jimmer Williamson in frame asking for an intentional foul.
I don't think that's intentional. That's a big guy that can't stop. And
that was 8-13 now, 8-14 after the Williamson layup.
That's
by
tough.
Taiwan and I. It is, but he's made so many of those shots.
Shots at those,
And that was one of the ones where it was on the arm, and that's what made the ball come out, but it was shielded, so you don't want referees to guess. You want them to see.
Like, to be fair, I think that foul there, you're never going to get that one.
No.
Yeah. If you got to look after the ball.
And Williamson, he really exploded quickly to that basket. Taiwan and I, great job taking that hit there and still contesting.
Yeah, you can't let him. You
can't let him do that.
Yeah, there's a good timeout there from Lilburn.
Lilburn, yes.
Yeah, that's the coach in him there.
It is. Yep.
You almost want to coach playing that if they can still play.
I know, but it's hard. It's hard to do. Like, I mean, 3x3 is probably easier than 5-on-5 because you're like, look, every break we're subbing one player and we're going through the rotation, and that's. Otherwise, you just get too tired. When it's 5-on-5 and you're like, should I need to manage? Sorry for my language.
I didn't notice that until you said that. You got to really notice.
Like, you got to track everyone's minutes, whereas this it's a lot, probably a bit easier. So, especially if you're a coach who can
still
shoot
play
3-point buckets like that.
And Zach can play defense, and his best attribute is his beyond the arc shooting. So.
And ball stripped out of bounds, I think. 4.7 on the shot clock. And I will be bringing a jacket if the weather's this temperature next week.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I'm going to be listening on the commentating and texting you at the same time.
Right. Taiwan and I, and he was expecting Nottingbelt to be spaced out. He was driving it instead. And that's the point that's gone begging there for... Gators.exe. 4 minutes to go, 4-point lead.
Gators have missed 3 or 4 layups that they didn't miss during the course of the other games. And
the thing which is surprising is Whatanui's the one which played like the semi-final immediately before this. The other team that should be missing the, based on fitness, the other team that you'd expect to miss those easy looks. So 14-10 still the score.
Yeah.
Nottingbelt, he's open, flings it to Taiwan and I, who's not open, and he gets fouled there by Lilburn on the ground. So the second team foul there on Whatanui.exe. Nottingbelt, the foot fake, good defensive switch there.
Good D, that's tough.
And I don't know why there was a shot clock count, because that was a foul.
It should have been a reset,
Fairbrother drives, and he's made some big shots as well. It's
going to be a tough decision.
It is. I think it's going to be an off microphone decision.
Yep. I think me and you discuss it, do we? Or?
I think we do. Yeah. We'll have a chat to BBNZ's David Huxford as well. Who we think, but not easy at this point in time.
Because I'm thinking if Gators win, I'm leaning more towards maybe a Josh Nickel. Joseph. They're 2 candidates, and I think the 3 guys on the floor for Whatanui are the ones that we.
Well, there's a step back too. Like if you hit the step back 2 game winner, that might be enough
that might be enough to put you over the front. Yeah.
There's Chensky, just super strong drive. Fair brother.
Yeah.
I'll say like the physicality doesn't just go one way. It's not just the offense, the defense who's allowed to be physical. So yeah, that was a good strong drive, I think, from Chensky.
In all honesty, I think if these guys play international 3x3, they'll get a big wake-up call. You just want a towel. Towel for the ball.
I have a spare ball they can switch.
You got like 4 there, don't you?
Yeah, I don't know whose this one is. Hopefully Gators, because they're the Gators or Whananui, they're the only ones left here.
So, yeah, international 3x3 is just so much more physical. We kind of let them get away with a few things here. We don't let them get away with a few things here. They don't call as much.
Yep. So 11-15 the score. And we've got a foul up there. So it's 3 team fouls for Gators, 4 for Whananui. And 4-point lead for the younger team, Bryant.
Yeah, I think I'm leaning towards a Bryant.
I am at the moment, but
you never know though. 2-point line is the great equalizer.
That sign is going to break soon.
It seems to be the sign that everyone likes to run into.
Well, their team logos are on it. David Huxford says almost a full-time job just correcting signs tonight.
Yeah.
Bryant, the spin. Good job from Faitawa and I to get back into it, but he makes the basket anyway. 11-17. A 2-point will be big here for Gators. They get a 1 instead from Chensky, and super quick clearance there. Williamson, the step back. Lilburn was looking for the cut, finds him eventually, and that does bounce in. 12-18. Nickel can't make it, and we've got a foul there.
I think that's just a frustration one right there.
I didn't see it. I would not be surprised if it was one of the Williamson push, and then suddenly stopped, and you just were like, well, if you're pushing me, I'll push you back to maintain my position. Yeah. He makes that basket, 19-12. Chensky gets fouled there by Williamson.
Just a wee side note there. A lot of guys take off too close to the basket.
Yeah.
That's why they give time. I mean, obviously, if you can dunk, you might want to take off a little bit further if there's a guy there, especially like Jimmer, who can get their hand in there. Well, that would have been a tough finish by Bryant.
And Chensky hits the 2, so 14-19, 143. Gators should know that they need to score 2s. And this, I was going to say, that could be the game. It was
the game right there.
Absolutely dead on. And ball is out of bounds. Unfortunately, the camera stand's in the way of me, so I only saw the finish of that.
That was good defense. Zach had good position, moved his feet well. Faitawa now was falling over. So.
All right, 14-19. Williamson saw Bryant do one of those.
That's the game right
finds
there.
Lilburn, and that is it.
Game.
So Whananui.EXE, they do complete the dream run from worst to first. Chensky just threw his bottle down in disgust. But now he's wiping up the floor.
And we're in deliberation of who the MVP is.
We will. We'll go off air and do that deliberation and come back to announce it. So quick conversation there. We won't announce it until they actually see it, but Whananui.EXE, first place champions of round 2. So the 2 brother clubs have both won one apiece, so looking good for the trip up to Auckland.
Completed the West to first.
It does, yeah. So from left to right, Tommy Fairbrother, Jimmer Williamson, Zach Lilburn and Seth Bryant. So super, they'll be extremely happy with just that.
Yep.
You know, like the learnings from round 1 to round 2. And
they were definitely the most improved team.
They were.
From the first round to second round. And Seth there with the
MVP.
Yep.
So it really was a team effort, but he did a fantastic job. Just all those finishes inside. And that rondo was pretty awesome, as he said.
And I think his defense
yeah.
throughout throughout the night, he had a couple of key blocks in other games. And, you know, I think he's a little bit shocked about it.
Yes, no, well, hey.
Yeah.
He's had to guard some much bigger guys, and he's done a very good job of it. So congratulations, Whanui.exe and Seth Bryant. That wraps us up for round 2 of the 3x3.EXE Southern Conference. We'll be back. Well, I'll be back in a week's time. You'll be watching.
I'll be watching on the live
YouTube,
stream.
and then we've got about a month from that one.
Because I'm in Auckland, I might try and sneak to the North Island one on Saturday.
Yeah, I think you probably could. If you see David now, you might get. He might hook you up with a job there.
Yeah, no, I don't need a job there. All right, thanks, James.
All right, thank you very much for spending the time with me, Josh, and everyone else for tuning in.